100% Chance of Wine, sponsored by the Lodge at Columbia Point.
So for wines that you have now, the one thing that I wanted to point out is that Merlot that you made. You said this was...
So this was my thesis project in school. When you go into the program, you can do multiple different wine projects that follow you while you're at the program. And one of them's you go in and you pick a red wine that you want to make, and so you bring in the fruit that year, you do all the production aspects of it, you do everything with that wine through its lifespan, and then upon graduation, everything's bottled, and there you go. So basically you create and present a wine from start to finish in the school.
And the fun part is actually the vineyard he chose, because there is significance behind the vineyard that we chose for this, which is Golden Ridge. And if you're not familiar, Golden Ridge is, if you're driving towards Waitsburg, just across from the two blue water towers is that big, beautiful vineyard with that beautiful house at the top. And he would drive past it twice a day, once going to school and once coming from school. And he didn't know which one it was yet. He found out pretty quickly, but he said, someday I'm going to make wine from that vineyard.
The vineyard just captured my eye, and there it is in wine form.
I was going to say, and you said you love the flavors.
Yeah, that's my favorite right now out of, if I had to pick one. I guess they're like your kids. If you had to pick one to be your favorite, that would be my favorite right now.
There's no favorite kids.
There's no favorites?
You love them all.
So then you also have a rosé, you were saying is a little bit different than what most people do.
Yeah, it's probably more Provence, French style. The fact that the equipment I have and everything, it's everything rosé, and from a white wine standpoint, it's all barrel fermented. So that's going to create just a larger, more fuller, developed wine from that aspect. And then in conjunction with that, I also put it through malolactic fermentation. So you're getting those different layered dairy, butter kind of flavors that come through that pair with the red fruits that are in it. So it's very complex for a rosé.
Kind of more, you were saying, more geared towards red wine drinkers?
It's the rosé for red wine drinkers. It's very full-bodied. It's like strawberry shortcake in a glass. I mean, but not on the sweet side for sure. It's just a full, creamy, beautiful. It's rosé. It's not racy. It's not super acidic. It's not tart. It's rich, very rich.
Are you happy with all the wines that your first vintage? Any improvements that you can think of? Pretty happy with it?
I'm very happy with how everything turned out. There were points during the harvest and the production process I was like, oh my God, is this going to turn out? Am I going to have wine at the end? The rosé, in fact, was, if we could have redone the label, I would have called it Pain in the Rosé, because there is something at every aspect of making this wine that just went wrong.
Really?
We got the forklift stuck the day I was weighing the grape bins. Took 2 hours and a tractor and a friend to come pull us out. Then what else happened after that? The press, our brand new press. So I wanted to do a 4-hour cold soak to get some color. It turned into 8+ hours because we go to press the juice off and the press is broken. It won't fire up. So the entire time it's gaining more and more color, and we finally got it. It was like 2 in the morning. We got the press working.
It was a very late evening, yes. So those of you following our Facebook page know that our awesome new press broke this weekend, and we had to resort to drastic measures. I finally got hold of a maintenance guy, and Josh says if this works, I get promoted to head mechanic. So here we go. Oh yeah, I'm promoted, baby. We're back in business.
And then there's one point we were filtering the wine and we were having filter issues, and I'm pumping the wine from tank to tank, and I'm like, at one point I'm like, the wine is dying. I just saw it perishing before my eyes, but it made it to the bottle, and I'm more than happy with how it turned out.
And of course, it has to end with a big problem. When we bottled, we didn't have the labels. When the labels finally came in, we had to run them through, and you always order extra labels, and because every once in a while, that machine ate almost all the labels. We had 4 left.
What?
By the time we got done, this one was, I'm surprised that we're selling it drinking it, enjoying it, loving it, because yes, it was...
Well, you're going to enjoy it even more then.
It was a story, one we don't really want to repeat, but it turned out so nicely that you almost kind of want it to repeat somehow, but it's...
Going forward to your next vintage, learning experience, is there anything that you're going to be doing differently?
Yes, something will always break, so be prepared for that, and something will go wrong. Be prepared for that. And it's just, if you can accept those two things, you'll be fine.